ladies and gentlemen, welcome out Irish Coaches Show. Coach, we don't have one game to talk about. The rain's been killing Bush Perry Field. So tell me what games got canceled this past week.
Well, we're supposed to get back into region play on Monday. We're supposed to go to Swainsboro, and when that rain came in, we sat there and talked to the coach, and we didn't think it looked good for Monday anyway. So we had to move the game from Monday, moved it to yesterday. Around 2 o'clock, I was on the phone with him. They had a big sale come through, and there was supposed to be rain there until 4 o'clock, so we canceled yesterday's game also. So the originally scheduled game for today at our place, which everything looks good, we'll be able to get this one in today. Swainsboro's coming in here today at 5:30 to play our game that was originally scheduled for Wednesday. Then we're traveling over to Swainsboro on Thursday, starting at 3 o'clock for a doubleheader on Thursday to catch that game up that we missed Monday and Tuesday. So, hey, we just got to deal with what cards we've been dealt.
That's right.
Coach has been good. We've been communicating back and forth through this whole thing. So, luckily, we're going to get to start instead of a 4 or 5 o'clock start for a doubleheader on Thursday. Yeah. They were good enough. Ourselves were good enough. We can get over there and start that 3 o'clock game on Thursday for that doubleheader. So we'll see. Got to jump back on that horse, get ready to ride today. So it's going to be a big series. Swainsboro, is 3-0 in the region right now. We're 2-1. Things are fixing to get interesting in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
That's right.
So we just got to come out, try and play our game, same as they're going to try and do, and let's just compete. Let's get out here and play a little baseball.
That's
Got some sun today.
That's it. Yeah, it's going to feel great out here today. So, Coach, were you able to get any practice in the past few days?
Luckily, we got a pretty good bit of practice in last week as far as on the field. But you got to do what you got to do. Fortunately, we have that indoor facility over there where we can go in and hit. We do have an indoor mound, so we've gotten guys on the mound to be able to get some throwing in. Last 2 days, we've basically just been inside. Middle school and high school has been inside because of the weather, and got a lot of good work in. Our middle school usually comes in right after school until about 4:15, and we go from about 4:15 to 5:45 or 6 o'clock. So just my arms a little tender, arms a little sore. Haven't thrown the last 2 days. I think Coach Brown is probably also. But, that's what you got to do. Fortunately, we have a place that's got a roof over our head that we can get in there and hit. It's enclosed and all that, so that's pretty nice for us. And that's been a big addition to the last couple of years for us to be able to have a place to go indoors where we can get some work in, where you're just not having to try and go find a gym or something to get in and do. We've been fortunate enough that we have that facility over there with the 2 cages in it where we do get in and be able to get a lot of work in. So I've been excited about having that over there, and we got more big things coming, down the line that they were also excited about. But it's been good to be able to get indoors and at least let the guys put ball to bat and get some work in when it's flood and rain outside.
Yeah, that's right. And like you say, man, that Irish baseball facility, the indoor facility, a great pairing over here with Bush Perry. Coach, as we're at this point in the season, and we're talking about practice, we'll stay in that realm. What do you guys have to work on right here at this point in the season? If it's one thing, what do they have to fix, I guess?
Well, I talked to them last week. I said, guys, all the fundamentals.
Yeah.
You know what we have to work on. You honestly shouldn't have to come out and practice from 3 o'clock until 6. You shouldn't have to have a 3-hour practice at this time of year. The only practices that should run long is when we're getting out here and we're taking BP. Because you got 23 guys out here, you're throwing BP to everybody, so that's going to take longer. But on days where we're not going to get on the field to hit live, but we're going to do BP, take ground balls and let the pitchers throw in the pin, we should be able to come out, we should stretch and throw, and in about an hour and a half, you should have your work done and get out of here.
Right.
To keep these guys fresh, because you're getting late in the year, you've got some banged up people, you've got some sore arms and things. I just don't want these guys, I want to treat them like professionals. At the end of the day, you come in, you know what my expectations are. You stretch, you throw. Let's get out here. Let's take ground balls. Let's take fly balls. Let's talk about a couple of communication things that we need to, and let's go on. And then come out the next day and we'll hit on the field. We want to hit on the field as much as we can. But on certain days, I'm a little anal about the rain and the grass and things like that, which I'm not taking away from the guys. But when it's too wet, I'm not going to get out here. Baseballs are $86 a dozen. I'm not going to get out here and ruin baseballs, whether the old ones or new ones or not. But we're going to still get out here. We got a bucket that we can do our work with ground balls and fly balls. But that's kind of where we're at this stage of the season. And they know my expectations. I know what their expectations are when they get out here, and that's the way the staff has handled it. So, all right, guys, let's come out, let's get our work in, and let's be ready to play the next day. So I'm not going to try and kill them out here. Now, we don't play good.
That's right.
It could be a little different story. Yeah. We may be out here for that 3.5 hours. But, you know, I learned in professional baseball a lot of times as you play, you're going to be tired. The best day the only day you're going to really feel great is the very first day you get out here. And then the rest of the season, something's going to be bothering you.
doubt.
So I just want to make sure I've got these guys in tip-top shape, because this last 3-week stretch is going to be, 4-week stretch, because we got the 1 week that's our off week, that we got to make sure these guys are healthy, these guys are ready to go. I've got to have everybody in this dugout ready. So kind of been taking it as far as not easy. I'm not saying it's taking it easy, but letting them understand, get your work done, I get you out of here, and I won't hold you here all night.
For sure, and I think, like you say, at this point in the season, you might need those practices, and even the rain days, you know, they could play in your favor here at this point in the season.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
You know, when it's raining, yes, we come in and get our work done, but also it gives me a time we can sit down and I can have a little more time watching guys' swings in the cage, certain things we need to work on. Yeah. And it gives me an opportunity to, when we're in the indoor facility or throwing, I can video my guys.
Right.
I can watch their deliveries from the side and from the front on my phone, and we can sit down and break down their deliveries on things they may need to clean up. It's no different when they're in there hitting. Coaches can be throwing to them. I can get the players to video them. Then we can look at some of their swings. And that's how they see things that they can correct, because I can put it in slow motion. We can slow it down. Are your hands dropping? What are you doing? Are you leaking? Is your front hip coming out? Or same thing on the mound. Are you on time? Do we need to get more extension? So there's a lot of stuff we can teach on those rain days, because we can actually sit down and talk. And say, okay, guys, here's our plan moving forward. This is what I want you to do. Why don't we try this? Let's tinker with it a little bit. It's not something this stage of the game where we're going to have complete makeovers. If it's a complete makeover, we're done. Yeah. There's no reason to do it. So we're going to try and just fine-tune that car right now, so we can make this last run right here as we're getting ready for the next 3 region series, man.
That's it, yeah. 3 region series, 3 tough opponents. We're going to talk about them. Y'all stay with us. We're going to be right back.
Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts. North, south, east, or west, Friendly Gus is on your way today. Fuel up with Friendly Gus's delicious breakfast, made fresh every day. Your wallet and your belly will thank you. Choose from our 20, 40, and 60-piece chicken finger and wing platters. And don't forget the tater logs. Our food is always fresh and our service is always friendly. Friendly Gus, on your way today. Also shop Cochran Brothers Cash and Carry at 320 South Jefferson in Dublin for additional items like paper products, chicken wings, bulk drinks, spices, sauces, and more.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Bush Perry Field. Now, the sun's out on us, Coach. I mean, we're right in it here. So, yeah, like I said before the break, the 3 big series coming up. Just so, who do we got coming up? Of course, Swainsboro.
We got Swainsboro coming up this week, big region series. We still got 3 games left with them. Then next week we have Rutland on Thursday, JV varsity doubleheader at their place. Then we come in after that, and we got a big series with Bleckley County. And then the final series of the year is against East Lawrence. Okay. So the gauntlet's not getting any easier as we keep moving forward. We just got to be on top of our game, hopefully hit the stride at the right time, and come out and compete.
That's it. Man, I mean, the end of the regular season, it's coming up on you hot right here, Coach. So you guys got to lock in.
That's what we were talking about last night. I mean, honestly, we only have a home game today. We're on the road next week. I think we've got just 1 home game against Bleckley, if I'm not mistaken, and then 2 against East Lawrence. So we only have 4 home games left.
Okay, wow.
I mean, the end is near. Yeah. We just need to make sure we finish strong, so we can keep this thing going as long as we possibly can.
That's right. Yeah, you got to tighten it up right here. And Coach, you know, we don't have a game to talk about, but you know, I was thinking we need to highlight your assistant coaches,
okay, no
Coach. I don't know.
That's the core, man. That's the core of the team. And you know, we'll start off with Brian Brown. Yeah. Brian Brown, of course, is well known in this community. He was out at West Lawrence for a long time as a head coach. I don't know how many wins Brian's got, 300-400 wins. I don't know exactly what it is. But Brian's the guy that I don't have to worry about.
Right.
I come in a dugout because he's been a head coach. He's been in a lot of tight games.
Sure.
He's been in a lot of playoff games. So he's seen everything that can possibly be thrown out there as a coach's standpoint in this dugout and on this field. And the good thing about it is I put him at third base. He coaches third base. I'm able to sit in the dugout, able to see more that's going on.
Yep.
I put a lot of trust in what he does over here. If there's certain things I want done during the game, he and I communicate. Or if we're here, I can just talk to him, of course, if we're on third base dugout, that I don't have to worry about. And the kids respect him. He works with the pitchers. He'll work with them. There's not going to sit here and I'm going to say one guy specifically works here and there.
Sure.
We all kind of jump in on it together. So Brian Brown has done an excellent job for us, and I can't thank the Lord that when I was able to come over, Brian was a guy that I can sit and bounce ideas off of him because he's been in high school baseball for so long.
Right.
So his dynamic works really well with me. The next one that we have is Coach Brad Wallace. He came over from Washington County. He's a football, baseball guy for us. And Brad coaches first base. He's the same thing. He works with outfielders. He'll hit ground balls to infielders. He helps maintain all the fields around here with myself and jump in on it. But if there's anything that you want done, you can look up Brad's going to do it. He's been a head coach over in Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, so that's another. So we've actually got three guys that have been head coaches on the staff, and that's just a good dynamic that we have. And Brad's one that is there something I need to do different? Coach, am I doing all right? I go, Coach, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You'll know if I need to tell you something, I promise. But the dynamic between those two being on the field with myself here in the dugout, that's been great. And then the other one that we have probably is one of the most valuable is Brandon Walton. B-Wall comes in. He's been here with me from day one. You can ask him to do anything also. He's going to come out. Coach, you want me to catch a few bullpens? You want me to go hit? What you want me to do? Just let me know. But the most important thing of it all is he's our stat guy.
Right.
He does all of our game changer stuff, keeps everything in game changers and max prep, so it's not falling on myself. He doesn't miss a lick in the dugout. The kids respect him. The kids, they know when B-Wall comes out here, he's just like a head coach. B-Wall's been around this game for a long time with us, helps out with football. But when you've got a guy that can do video stuff, can run the game changer, stay on top of stats. As soon as the game ends, when we get down to meet, he's got everything coming up to tell us how many strikeouts we had, they had, how many walks we had, how many first pitch strikes we threw. So he's got all that stuff documented for me. Yeah. So right there at the end of the game, we can go out here and talk about it. Right. Or if I'm mad that night, I'm not going to talk about it. We'll talk about it the next day. So he just keeps us in line with all that stuff. So the three guys that are up here helping with us, with myself, I could say they're head coaches, and that's what I'm most excited about. You're only as good as your assistants. And if I'm not standing in that dugout, I won't worry about what's going on over here. Now, I'm going to be here every day, of course. I'm not going to miss anything, Lord willing, but I wouldn't have to worry about it. If something were to come up and I have to leave, I know these guys are in good hands, as far as that day if I'm not here. But I'm telling you, it's just a fun dynamic. We all get along. We're texting and talking all the time. And on game days is when they try and mess with me.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I come up and I'm out here. They know about 12 o'clock I'm probably cutting grass or finishing up painting the field. They'll always call me, Coach. And I'll answer the phone like this. What? Just want to check on you today. I know you're not in a good mood or anything. I said, guys, I got to go. So, they keep me on my toes, but it's a lot of fun. And when you can have a staff that you get along with, it makes the year just go along really good because you're not worrying from day one, hey, what these guys going to do? Are they going to be okay? So we've got a great staff here, man, and I love all of them.
No doubt, man. That's what you want right there, and just phenomenal staff. Couldn't say enough about those guys, Coach. And I'm sure we've mentioned these other guys that we'll talk about right here coming up throughout the year, but let's highlight them specifically, okay? You got 4 seniors this year.
Got 4 seniors.
Yeah,
got 4 seniors. Those guys you're going to miss. You're always going to miss seniors. It's hard to sit here and have the words to describe seniors that are so valuable to your program. We'll highlight on the first one, we'll say Ethan Moore. Ethan Moore has pitched, caught for us, and played some first base, kind of hitting in the middle of the lineup. Big, strong kid that's got some pop in his bat, got a good arm, has done a really good job on the mound for us. He's going to be one that he's so versatile. That's an arm you're going to have to replace next year. And the biggest thing in high school sports is you better have pitching. That's right. Because you never know what's going to happen at the end of the day. That guy, Ethan, may come out and throw and first inning, he's out, then you got to have more. So you just don't know. But he's valuable on both ends of that, offensively and defensively, and even on the mound. So Ethan Moore is going to be missed next year, number 16. And then the next one we'll highlight on is Ty Orr, number 5. Yeah. What else you say about this guy? He's been at shortstop for us. He's bounced around from short to second, but he is our shortstop right now, and he's been hitting in the 2-hole. He's a guy that does a good job hitting behind the runners, putting the balls in play. He's anchored it out there for us, and that's what we got to have. You got to have that guy in the middle of the field that can just kind of anchor what you're trying to do defensively, and that's what Ty brings to the table. All these kids have great families. The Moores, Ty Orr, Zach Wall, we'll talk about in a minute, and Jace Giles. And that's what's important. Not only am I going to miss the seniors, but luckily there's one of them that I'm still going to keep around because they've got a kid and a daughter in the middle school. But Ty Orr has been really, really good for us this year, hitting in the 2-hole, like I said. I'm going to miss him, and he pitches and plays shortstop. So that's another arm I'm going to be losing next year, and I'm going to be losing my shortstop. Next one that we'll have on is another guy that is going to, if a ball's hit up in the air and there's 2 outs, we're already walking out of the dugout, myself, Coach Brown, and Coach Wallace. Right. Specialist hits the center field is Zach Wall. Zach Wall's number 20 for us. He hits down in the lineup. He's got good bat-to-ball skill, inside-out swings. He bunts a little bit. But that's one thing that I pride myself on. I played center field.
Sure, there you go.
So that's the one I watch a little bit more just because that's what you gravitate take more to at the end of the day. And he gets really good jumps on the balls. I like the way he plays. Great family in the same sense. I'm going to miss him next year.
No doubt.
So now I've got my shortstop and my center fielder. I got my middle of the field guys gone. And he also pitches. He comes in late in the games for us, and he's kind of our closer. So I'm going to miss Zach Wall definitely. And the last one we're going to talk about is Jace Giles. I've known Jace Giles a long time and known his family for a long time. Very good people, the same scenarios. And Jace has been over, another pitcher. So I've got 4 pitchers I'm losing. Jace is kind of in the middle of the lineup too for us. He plays first base and he's on the mound. He's getting the ball today to start against Swainsboro. So, and 2 of my seniors are basically starters that will start the series. Ethan will start and Jace will start. Then those other 2 guys are kind of piggyback depending upon what situation we in. But Jace has come over. He's kind of tried to take on the leadership role a little bit for us. He's got a bulldog mentality. At times I have to rein him in a little bit because he gets so into it, and he may get mad, not at himself a little bit, or something else happens that I'll have to go out and take that mound. But listen, channel that in a good way. Right. Don't let it affect you what you're trying to do out here. So those 4 guys, when you've got 4 arms you got to replace next year, first baseman, center fielder, shortstop, catcher, and 4 pitchers, that's going to be tough. Yeah. That's going to be tough to replace, and that's why I always tell these guys that come behind them, hey, so y'all got to get ready to step up because I'm losing some good guys next year. Good. We'll have some coming in the 9th grade that'll hopefully help us. But my 4 seniors, you can't ever say enough about the seniors because you're going to miss those guys. You're going to miss them walking through that dugout and the work they've put in. I'm going to miss their families. I hope their families, and I know a lot of them will still stay with the program and follow us and help us out any way we can. But Zach Wall, Jace Giles, Ethan Moore, and Ty Orr, and Jace Giles is number 21. They've got their banners hanging out here that Jason Halcom's done a good job with. So I'm excited to see where we finish up strong, and like I've told them before, they're going to be the 4 that lead us as far as we can go. They've been here, they've done it longer, they're older. They've got to take all these younger guys under their wing and say, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. This is where we're going to go. Let's chase that dream. Because that last pitch they make out here, they may not ever play again.
Sure. So
they need to play as long as they can their senior season right here, and let's see what happens.
That's right, man. This is it for them. I mean, however it ends up, it's going to be the end for them.
No question.
Got to finish strong for
them.
No doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah. Going to miss those guys, of course, and y'all stay with us.
Automax, your local repair shop, family owned and operated. Our mechanics are all ASE certified for 100% satisfaction guaranteed. We service all makes and models, foreign and domestic. So come see us at Automax for complete auto repair. We offer certified auto repairs, mufflers, brakes, engine repairs, diagnostics, struts, suspension, and a whole lot more. That's Automax, 707 Kellam Road, Dublin. Call us at 606-6868. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Automax.
Hi, I'm Tom Domney, Dublin with Nelson Company. We're a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry. We're able to answer your questions and are ready to help you get the parts and equipment you need. At Dublin Wood Nelson, our goal is long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment, doing things right, one customer at a time. Our showroom is complete with the latest styles and fixtures. Stop by and see us at 507 Airport Road or give us a call at 478-272-3585. That's Dublin Wood Nelson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here with Coach Todd Hogan. And Coach, man, middle school, man, you know it. We got to talk about the huge series they got coming up. Who do they have, Coach?
Well, our middle school has got a big battle against West Lawrence starting tomorrow. They've gotten rained out this week also.
Yeah.
So we're having our 8th grade day tomorrow at Hilburn Park against West Lawrence, and I think the game time, I think it's at 4:30. I think around 3:50 they'll start a little 8th grade day. So that's going to be a big series, of course. And then on Friday they will travel to West Lawrence to play them. They will have their 8th grade day on Friday. I think that game time is probably a 4:30 start also. But this is just good for the community. You know, you're getting these kids that have played together, whether it was in rec ball or out in Dudley Little League or just out in the yard. You're getting a lot of these kids playing together, and it's going to be fun.
No doubt.
It's good for the community to have. When you're talking about the middle school program, and I don't know how many teams exactly off the top of my head are in that, but when we've got 2 of our teams that are battling for the top spots, that's really good to what our community has, what Lawrence County has, the type of players that we have. West Lawrence has got some great players. Dublin's going to have some good players too. And it's just going to be fun to see these guys compete against each other to try and get that top spot. And we don't know which way it's going to go. That's why they got to come out and play it. But it's some excitement all the way across the board for both schools, all the families around here. And, you know, there's been a lot of talk about it. You hear the kids talking back and forth. So I'm excited to see where this thing goes. I love all the families that are out there. I've known a bunch of those kids at West Lawrence for a long time. They have great families. The kids are great. So it's going to be fun to see you battling against your best friend. It hadn't been like that for a while here, so now that it's kind of turned around a little bit, hopefully this thing can keep going like that where those guys are battling. That just speaks volumes for what this community is rolling out athlete-wise in Lawrence County. So I'm excited about it, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, when the green and gold and the blue and white meet, you know it's going to be good. And like you say, Coach, it's going to be a battle. I think you got to turn out and see which way this thing's going to go.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah. I'm excited about it, and I think the community is too, like I said. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
No doubt, yeah. And, Coach, let's hit on again, of course, the Swainsboro series, high school-wise. The dates, of course, Wednesday, which is when we're filming this, Wednesday, today, and that'll be here. Is that right?
Yep, today at 5:30 against Swainsboro, and then tomorrow we start at 3 o'clock, a doubleheader at Swainsboro to get the game that we've been Monday and Tuesday on. So we got 3 games right here in the next 2 days. Here today, there tomorrow, and let's get ready to play.
That's right, Coach. And I know it may sound cliche. I probably said it earlier in the season, but from here on out, every game's the biggest one, and you got a huge one today.
There's no question. You've got to take every day like it's your last one.
Yeah.
As a player, you know it could be your last one. You could get injuries. So that's what we have to do. You know, we can't look ahead. I'm not looking to next week or the next week. I'm looking to today at 5:30. And that's what I hope our guys are focusing on. We've got to lock in today. We haven't been really on the field in 2 days. Got to see how they're going to come out and respond. And I think with the way these last 3 series are, it's hard not to get up to go into region play and play a Swainsboro, play a Bleckley County, you know, play in East Lawrence. So we just got to come out and be ready to go.
No doubt about it. And, Coach, you know, we always talk about great things going on here at Dublin High School baseball, and there is, of course.
Yes, sir.
But, Coach, great things going on with Dublin High School, and we got a big announcement here.
Yes, we do. We do. You know, Monday night the board met, and we have a new lead learner, a principal at Dublin High School. It's Dr. Michael Overstreet. Of course, he's been in Dublin City school systems, I think, for 13 years. So, you know, everybody kind of knows him. He's been around. His face has been around here a long time. He's done a lot of different things around the school systems. But Dr. Overstreet, you know, congratulations to him and his family. And it's going to be exciting. Everybody got to kind of sit down, and we've talked with him a little bit. He knows the vision and direction that we're going in. and he's just got to lead us. You know, at the end of the day, it's nothing that he can't handle. I think he's going to jump right on and roll with everything. So we're excited to have Dr. Overstreet here. We want to congratulate him once again, and we look forward to big things at Dublin High School, not only in the athletics, but also over there in that building academically, across the board, in the arts, all the other programs, all the extracurricular activities, and every student that walks through that hallway and that door. But Dr. Overstreet's going to do a good job for us, and we're excited to have him over here as the next principal of Dublin High School.
Yeah, no doubt. We know that, Coach, and you couldn't have a better guy for the job, man, at all. So, you know, Coach, we're getting ready to wrap this thing up. I'm going to let you take it from here. Of course, you got your sponsors. I know that.
That'll work. Also, real quick, everybody just be safe with this
That's
rising water that's coming in from, you know, opening up the locks, the dams over there at Oconee, and I think we've had some other stuff down the way, but I know we've got a lot of water rolling through Lawrence County. I think probably, Chris, maybe Thursday or Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So just be safe, be prepared, understand what's going on with it, because water is the one thing. We always hear it when the hurricanes and National Weather Service and all this stuff comes on, but just be careful, because water's going to be undefeated at the end of the day. Don't try and do anything that's not supposed to, so just be careful out there with rising waters. And the next thing we're going to talk about, we got to talk about these sponsors one time. Here we go. We got A-Plus Flooring, Garage, Overhead Doors, and Construction. Bubba's Tire, Middle Georgia Family Dentistry. Walker's Formula, Southern Yellow Apparel, Morris Bank, Yates Insurance and Real Estate, Georgia First Bank, Hobbs Sporting Goods, or Self-Storage, or Insurance Agency. Friendly Gus, Dublin Ford, Pickle Barrel, Ryland Environmental, Dublin Chevy Nissan GMC, Sign Wraps, and more. Shell Realty, Shamrock Nutrition, Farmer State Bank, Rehab Advantage and Sports Medicine, City of Dublin Natural Gas, Clements and Keene Insurance, Robbins Financial Credit Union, MPHI, Chick-fil-A, Community Bank of Dublin and Lawrence County, Georgia United Credit Union, Piggly Wiggly, CSS, Allen's Heating and Cooling, Mitch Warnick, Attorney at Laws. And also we want to thank TV 35, you guys for coming out covering and highlighting some of these kids, highlighting our season. You know, without you guys and people being able to see what's going on around Dublin, we can't thank you guys enough for being able to do this, whether it's cold mornings, rainy mornings, whatever. We have to be upstairs, whatever. We're going to try and be out here and highlight what's going on at Dublin City Schools and the athletic program. So once again, thank you guys. I want to also just remind real quick, I think yesterday there was an order out for half staff on flags by the president that said, you know, for the Nashville situation that went on in the school over there. So just keep those family members and everybody in your prayers. You know, we've got everything, making sure we're trying to get all our stuff at half staff today. That's right. I think through Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So just always remember, everybody out there, be safe, be careful. And, you know, we're all fortunate to grace this beautiful earth that we have that God's given us. And just keep those people in your prayers, if you don't mind, at the end of the day.
No doubt. And stay safe wherever you are. Stay alert.
Yes, sir.
Whatever's going on, man. And I'll tell you what, Coach, you got a big week coming up, a big day coming up, and just one thing left to say, I guess.
Go Irish!